Hello everyone, my name is Merle Winter with SWAN Retirement Strategies, and I want to share with you today the simplest way to understand investments. So, Wall Street and the financial industry, they want to make it too complex for people or make it seem too complex, so then people don't want to understand it, right? They kind of get overwhelmed and they're like, well, I'm just not going to want to understand it. So in this video, I'm going to go over the simplest way to understand the investment world. And so let's jump right in. When it comes to the investment world, you have 4 different areas. You could invest in stocks, bonds, real estate, and guaranteed contracts. So let's first start off with stocks. You can have stocks in large cap companies, meaning large companies. You could have stocks in mid-sized companies, small companies, or you could do a combination, right? So large cap, you've probably heard about the S&P 500, which is the 500 largest companies in one investment, one bundle. Then the mid-size, you could have a 400 index, and a small cap, you could have a small cap 600 index. So with these different investments, you are getting exposure to different size companies, right? And sometimes large companies are doing better than small companies. Sometimes small companies are doing better than large companies. It really comes down to what's happening in the economy and how the stock market is reacting to that. Now, to understand the stock market, really what you're doing is by buying a stock or a share of a company, you are becoming a part owner of that business, okay? So by being a part owner, if that business grows and becomes more valuable, then your money tracks that growth. The same thing happens in the reverse. If the company decreases in value, then your investment decreases because you are a part owner of that business, right? Then let's go into bonds. So bonds are a way for you to lend out your money and get a small rate of return, right? So when it comes to the money markets, you can put money into a high yield savings account or some type of money market account, and they're going to give you some interest, right? You're going to keep it in there for a while and they're going to give you interest for keeping that money in there. Then you have CDs or certificates of deposit, where you go to a bank, you lend out your money to the bank and they give you a certain rate of return. Then the United States, you could invest in the United States, like the government bonds, and they're going to give you a rate of return. Really, bonds are a way for you to lend out your money and get a small rate of return back for lending out your money. Now, just to keep in mind, stocks have risk, bonds have risk, and real estate has risk, right? So when it comes to bonds, and you can study this more if you like, but when interest rates go up, then old bonds actually go down in value because they're looked at as less attractive, right? So bonds can go down in value. So keep that in mind. When it comes to real estate, just like buying a house or buying land, real estate can go up or down in value. So that's really what a real estate investment trust is, or a REIT, okay? Then when it comes to the guaranteed contracts, you have insurance companies out there, just like how an insurance company, you can get health insurance or auto insurance or homeowners insurance, any type of insurance. The insurance company is taking the risk off your shoulders and putting it on the insurance company's shoulders, right? So a lot of people in retirement, they might go, man, I don't want all my money in something that's going to have downside risk. Maybe I want to put some of my money in these guaranteed contracts. Well, a fixed annuity, because annuity stands for a contract between you and an insurance company. And what I would also say is that 90% of annuities are terrible, but there is about 5 or 10% of annuities that could be a great complement to your retirement plan. So a fixed annuity, or a MYGA, stands for a multi-year guarantee account. And it works just the same as a CD. So really, instead of you lending your money to a bank and getting a stated interest rate, a MYGA is a way for you to lend money to an insurance company and they give you a certain rate of return, an interest rate, right? Sometimes during certain time periods with interest rates, insurance companies will provide you far greater insurance or far greater interest rates for these type of contracts instead of the CDs. So sometimes MYGAs are a lot more than CDs, so keep that in mind. And if you want to know more, you can comment down below or reach out to us. The other thing is, when it comes to the FIAs or fixed index annuities, you could focus on growth. So you want to have safe growth or you can say, hey, I want to create an income stream that is there for the rest of my life, right? And that I don't have to rely on the market every year to be positive for me to have income coming in. Another thing to think about is there are pension plans out there to where retirees get an income check every single month for the rest of their life. And so a fixed index annuity that's focused on income could be what we call a self-funded pension plan, right? To where you're putting money into it and now you get a income every single month for the rest of your life, something that you can rely on. Now, when it comes to variable annuities, what I want to say is that we believe that most variable annuities are terrible, that most variable annuities have extremely high fees and costs inside of them, so we stay far, far away. Now, of course, if you have an advisor that's trying to recommend a variable annuity, I would proceed with caution or reach out to us first, and then we can validate whether it's a good idea for your situation. The other thing is mutual funds. Mutual funds are a bundle of investments. So you can have a mutual fund in stocks, you could have a mutual fund in bonds, a mutual fund of real estate. And so a mutual fund is a way to where you and a group of other investors are pooling your money together to invest in one single fund. In our opinion, they have extremely high costs, most of them do, and they have a internal taxation because let's say you want to keep your mutual funds, but someone else in the mutual fund wants to sell their mutual fund. Well, the manager has to sell those funds inside the mutual fund, so it could cause unwanted taxes. So just keep that in mind anytime you're thinking about investing, or maybe if you're looking at retiring soon or your parents are looking at retiring soon, make sure to reach out to us and we can give them a transparent, honest understanding of their situation. And again, we are fiduciaries, so we're held to the highest legal standard for making sure our clients' interests are served first before ourselves. And so mutual funds, again, usually they have extremely high costs. Variable annuities have extremely high costs, and so we stay far, far away from those. I hope you have a great day. I hope if you have any questions, you can leave them down below. And if you could, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I look forward to providing you more value in the future. Thank you. Bye-bye. There we go. Say like and subscribe.